So, Reno, it finished 0-0. What was your view of the game?
Super impressed with the boys today. I thought they were excellent. We worked on our shape all week in training, out of possession. I think Dante Gabinol just hit the nail on the head for me at the end. He says, Gaffer, you demand a lot of us out of possession, and I'm learning. Win possession is really exciting. Out of possession, he fell into his shape. I think we looked defensively sound. On another day, we could have scored. People are telling me that it was in off the goalkeeper, but you never know. For us, though, it was important that we came here. We've been a bit sloppy on set pieces last few weeks, Tim, and we've come here. We look good in both boxes, and we had phases in the play, especially in the second half. Where I thought, go on, get a little bit excited and go and get something. But it wasn't to me. But to me, it's 2 games unbeaten, and against a side that the manager Michael Clegg's his first home game. Tails are up. It's that new manager bounce, and I thought we contained them really well. So to come here and get a point going into the Liverpool game now next week I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, as it happened, I don't know if you've seen the stats yet, but we didn't actually face a shot on target all game. Curtis got man of the match, probably just to sort of reinforce the fact that how well our defence played.
So that, to me, then, that's a massive plus, because last week, second half, we restricted Stalybridge to no chances on target. If we've done the same to Rylands today, we're definitely going in the right direction. And, with 10 games to go, there'll be lots of points won and lost. There'll be teams slipping up. There'll be a little bit of pressure creeping in. For us, we're in mid-table. We've got an eye, on the teams in and around us. But, for me, it's 2 games unbeaten. And we've done I love the training this week. We've done so much work on the training ground. You'd love as a manager, more time on the training ground. But when you've got back-to-back sessions, and we've got another week of back-to-back sessions, we're hoping that, we can now build on that and get ready for the Liverpool game at home next week.
Yeah, I mean, the sort of probably FC's best phase was from about 65 minutes on, where we really started to stretch the thing, and you could see that stretch the play rather, and you could see that Warrington or Rylands rather, their sort of just main ambition was getting the ball out of their half.
And people will say, why did you not start like that? But that's not how football works. It's we needed to contain them. We knew that they'd have a new manager bounce. We knew that they'd come at us. It was important that Ethan got minutes in his legs. It was important that you can rest the likes of Woolers and Griff and Adam Dodd. With 10 games to go, you're going to need everybody. And, Chaz had a rest last week. They've had a rest today. I thought when they all came on at 60 minutes, or when Doddy come on with the last 10, it just injected more energy into us, and we were great. But it wouldn't have started like that. The game would have been too stretched. And, with half an hour to go as a management team, we decided that was the time to stretch it. And I'm probably unlucky not to go and win the game. But, just happy with everybody, that their attitudes, the professionalism, the willingness to better themselves as individuals on the team. That's why they're a credit to work with. And we're going into the last 10 games of the season, Tim, with a real bounce, and looking forward to what's to come.
Obviously, we're going to a sort of phase where I think we play next Saturday, and then it's Tuesday, so we're a few big games coming up. So obviously, it's important to keep those legs.
And that's why it's important to train well again this week. Get the running in our legs on Tuesday, get our set pieces in, get our phases of play in, get on Thursday night sharp session, work on our set pieces again. Keep it nice and sharp, and keep it short. Get the recovery in, and then get ready for next week. And what we'll do, Brian, Mike, myself, Tom, we'll watch Liverpool. We'll get a lot of footage, and we'll prepare like we prepare for every game. And they're going to come to us, wanting to get something. They did it in the trophy. We did it at their place, when we scored 4. But we know every game we've got to be at our best. And I thought today, out of possession, I thought we were at our best. And on a really difficult pitch, it was hard to be at our best on the ball. But we tried to make a good fist of it. So. But no, looking forward to this week, Tim. It is nice, like I said, as a coach or a manager, that when you get time on a training field, that's really important.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I reflected on Ethan's performance. Obviously, you just mentioned him before. Obviously, I take it just basically came off as
he hasn't played a lot of football.
Yeah.
Played, did he do 20 minutes last week? 60 minutes today. Woolers hasn't had a rest at all. He's had to play every minute of every game. And, now we've got a couple of right backs, we've got a couple of left backs, we've got 3 centre halves, you've got 5 or 6 midfielders. We're hopefully getting another couple of forwards over the line this week. So people are going to need resting and rotating. And there's a lot of football. Like I said, there's the Liverpool game, there's the game in Valencia, the game's coming thick and fast. We've then got to travel to Valencia. So everyone thinks it's easy. These lads do need a rest, and it's not easy just keep churning out 90 minutes every single time, despite if you're 19, 20 or you're 30, 32. It's hard, and it's our job to make sure that they recover well, and we look after them in the right way, and we prepare them for every game. And I think over the last particular game and a half, I stayed with the second half, and today I've been super impressed with the application of everyone in there.
Yeah, and obviously sort of sets us up, like you say, the last 10 games of the season. There's sort of two more sort of Phoenix games.
As a manager, I've always enjoyed the last 10 games of the season. I always look at everyone else's fixtures. I look at our fixtures and kind of predict who's going to win and who's going to lose. I know it's one of them seasons which has been hard to predict, but I think a lot of teams will begin to wobble. The ones that are above us and the ones below have now got to start picking up points. So it's one of them defining times in the season. People say Christmas. I would say the last 10 games that it gets really exciting, and anybody that puts a really good run together can either pull away from the bottom of the league. They can make a charge from the mid-table position, or they can secure it at the top end of the pitch. For us, we've got so many really good games coming up. We can't wait to go to South Shields, test ourselves. We can't wait to play Liverpool next week, or your Athertons, your Morpeths, whoever it may be. We love taking to the field, and we're just trying to get better every single week, every single month. That passes by as a club and as players, as a team, and we're doing that. We're doing that, and if you put the points deduction on, you know where we are. So for me, it's not doom and gloom. It's been really positive campaign to date, and we've just got to build on it now and really make a fist of it, and push on towards the end of the season and see what happens.
Yeah, and with all this, obviously, with reflecting on the squad changes we've had, now we've got sort of 2 or 3 weeks of sort of like a settled squad, few injuries. It bodes well for our sport.
It's important. It's important that after that, the influx of players that left, and kind of like the structure was taken out of the team. It was important that we worked hard and we got the players in, and you can see now already, your Dantes, your Keegan that's come in, your Ethans that are coming in, the guys that's coming in, they're learning the way we play, and they're handling themselves superbly well, and that's what you want, and they're going away from here, super impressed. We've got a little thing in the dressing room now, Tim, that we keep to ourselves, that that word that everyone talked about all season has been banned from our dressing room now, where we can end up this season, and it's more about of them lads now showing that they've got the capabilities and the desire to be here next season, and if they finish the season strong, then they tick that box, and if we don't, then we've got to look again and go again in the summer. But that's part and parcel of football, and but for me, I've got a really good, honest dressing room that have done well over the course of the season, and hopefully they can push on and kick on and finish where they deserve to finish this season. But in terms of pressure or targets now or aspirations, it's not about that now. It's about finishing the season strong, taking one game at a time, and performing to the best of our ability from a staff member to a player to a coach, whatever it will be, and that's going to be our focus now.
Okay, well, look forward to Liverpool next week.
Brilliant. See you then, Tim.
So, Curtis, congratulations. The Josie Folks man of the match. Clean sheet. How did you see the game?
Very interesting. I thought it was always going to be a tough place to come. I think the grass was quite in, I don't know, it stopped us playing football a little bit, the bounce and stuff like that. It took us a bit to get used to it. I think they maybe were the better team first half, and I think we were the better team second half, I'd say. We created a few half chances, but I think maybe we could create a few more. But defensively, I thought we were solid. I thought our line was brilliant. I don't think they had many shots on Dan. I can't remember a time where he actually got tested. But they may say the same about us. So 0-0 probably a fair result, to be fair. But you take it coming places like this. They've got such a good team, and I think it was always going to be a tough game.
Yeah. I mean, the surface. I mean, from the side it looks okay, but it looked like it was very hard, and you could see there was 3 or 4 times where players just fell over while they were running. Because I think the surface kind of either went away or came up quickly, caught them by surprise. You're absolutely right. Basically, Dan didn't have a shot to save. Came out a couple of times. There's a couple of offsides, I think, but on the whole, I think you were up against their number 9, basically, and you could see basically you were keeping very close to him.
Yeah, their 9 was a good player. Good player, very good first half. But yeah, I don't think they did much, did they? I don't think they had many shots anyway. But I think you come places like this and you take a point. I think you take a 0-0. We're very delighted with a clean sheet. But it's just a shame we couldn't maybe nick a goal at the end, or I think Dante had a couple of half chances, didn't he? But we just couldn't get it over the line, But we take it. We take 0-0 and move on. It's a point, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, one of the sort of like features of the last few weeks of the team has been a bit of a change in sort of obviously with Regan going, sort of like Finn, Armstrong, and Jack de Grucci leaving as well. We've seen Ethan Vaughan step in at right back. How did you feel he went?
Ethan's been doing brilliant, hasn't he? I think he's very good for getting second balls as well. I think he gets behind their centre mids, and it gives them a little bit of a problem. You know, when you get into that tricky situation where you fall into that 10 position, like they're 10 today, Cookie, sometimes he gets in that spot and we don't know if to mark him or not. And I think that's what Ethan does really well for us. And he had a few chances where he pulled the trigger from just outside the 18-yard box, and you know, maybe another day it goes in. But we're just not quite there in terms of testing keepers. But I think we are creating. I think we played quite well second half. I think especially building from maybe throwing out wide and it come to me and it would go switch to the other side and then we'd create something. So we are there. We are getting there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, sort of the balance of the game, they probably shaded the first half just about. Obviously, no shots on target. And the second half, they started slightly the brighter, but then from sort of like 65 minutes, pretty much it was all FC, and it was you were more worried as a fan, thinking, are they going to steal one here against the run of play? But no, I mean, like I say, basically you cope with everything they had to throw at you. So so once again, congratulations, Josie Fultz, man of the match.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tim.